The first match was heavily dependent on how much I like this night. Starts off with Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar, and it delivered. It wasn't a long match, but it definitely didn't need to be. It was pretty much a squash match, and that's what it needed to be. Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi. Oba is as over as can be. During his entrance, they're chanting Oba, Oba, Oba. It was exactly what it needed to be. Oba took an F5, got up on one knee instantly, choke slam, and then fall from grace. And pushing the next generation forward is exactly what it needed to be. But what I was not expecting was Brock Lesnar retires after the match. That shocked me a little bit, I'm not going to lie. I was shocked. I was expecting it to come at SummerSlam in his hometown of Minneapolis, and that did not happen. He retires in there, and that makes me interested on to see what's going to go on with Gunther and Paul Heyman, because Paul Heyman owes Gunther a favor, and I don't think Gunther's going to be too happy with Mr. Heyman because Braun Breaker got in the way of their match yesterday, and how can you prove you're better than someone if you have to have someone's help? So I'm very interested to see how that transpires. I think it's going to be a little triangle feud with Gunther, Rollins, Braun Breaker, and I'm very excited to see how this goes. How is Gunther going to react to Braun Breaker interrupting his match? I don't think he's going to be too happy. Next, we have the Intercontinental Championship ladder match between JD McDonough, Dragon Lee, Penta, Javon Evans, Rey Mysterio, and Rusev. This was probably my favorite WWE ladder match in a long time. A long time. This was a very good match. It was a very good match actually, and it did everything it needed to do. Everyone shined at certain points. Okay, almost everyone shined at certain points. The whole time during the ladder match, I was scared for Rey Mysterio. I was like, "Oh no, what is going to happen to Rey Mysterio?" I was like, he just got back from injury. Please don't let him get injured. He's good. I don't think he got injured. He did a jumping land on Rusev, and they both went through a ladder. They were fine. And Penta retained. I was surprised. I was kind of expecting Javon Evans to win, but I'm not too shocked at that happening. Penta, I think, deserves a lengthy title reign, and I think Javon Evans will eventually dethrone him, but I just don't think he will just yet. Next, we have Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams. This is one of those matches that definitely could have used like 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. They're kind of doing good during the match. Their punches are good. Trick's punch, if he's good at anything, it's punching. Okay, his punches are good in the ring. It was a good match. The crowd was starting to get behind Trick Williams and get more and more against Sami Zayn, and then they kind of just ended it right there. But I did like the match. I just think it could have used a little bit more time. And congratulations to Trick Willie on winning that championship. It's a well deserved. He's awesome. He's been more than outstanding. I'm interested to see what they do with Trick Williams, and I'm very interested to see what they do with Sami Zayn. This is probably one of the more interesting things to come for this match is me being interested to see what's going to happen with these two. I do not think you'll see Trick Williams continue the open challenge. I do not think you'll see that. It's just not really Trick Williams' style. So I think that's good. I think he can have a proper feud with that title. So I'm very interested to see how that goes. And yeah, I thought it was a good match. Next, we have the Demon Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. Hey, they let you know it was the Demon a lot in this match, but it was also a pretty tame street fight. It was a pretty tame street fight. It the only spot that I was like, oh, that that was pretty good was there was one where they were just wailing on each other with chairs. They both had a spot where they were doing that, and that was probably the one part that I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And then he did a coup de grace through the table, which I liked. But other than that, I didn't think this needed to be a street fight. Really, I think they could have taken some time away from that, but and may put that on the Trick Williams Sami Zayn. Uh, but fine match. It was probably my least favorite match of the night. Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. Um, yeah. Next we have Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley, and Jade Cargill did very good this match. Like this is probably her best match that I've ever seen her have. She definitely added more moves to her bag. She was better than I thought she was. She was way better than that I have seen personally before. This was a way better performance from her. She did a one wing angel at one point, and I was like, and Rhea kicked out at 2.1, and that was cool. But Rhea and Jade had a pretty good match. It was only 10 minutes, but I felt like that time kind of suited it. Like I kind of wish they would have put the Vicaire and Liv Morgan match on this card, and then put the Jade Rhea on the other card, and had Jade and just keep that same time, and then they definitely could have added some more time to the women's match, Liv and Stephanie Vicaire, and on day two, because it ended like at 9:30, and I was like, okay. So you could have had them on this show and gave them more time, because I don't think a Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley needs more time. I thought it was. I thought 10 minutes was literally the perfect amount of time you could have given it. Like by far, it was the perfect amount of time to give that match. But I do think yesterday suffered so much mainly because of that time restraint. But today was a very, very good show, and mainly, well, I don't want to say mainly, but definitely one of the main reasons was this main event: CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. They wrestled for 35, 34 minutes, and it was a classic. It was a classic. It was very, very good. It kept me on the edge of my seat. There's a submission where they were transitioning submissions, and then CM Punk falls into a guillotine, and I was like, oh, that was a good spot. That was such a good spot. And they went for so long, and CM Punk gave it his all, but his all was just not enough. As he goes for a GTS, he picks him up, and he collapses from the weight, and that causes Rhea. I called Roman Reigns Rhea Ripley, as Roman Reigns bounces off the rope and spears CM Punk and gets the 3 count. This was a very, very good match. This was the match of WrestleMania for me. It was very, very good. It was a really, really good match. Like if this was the match, if you're gonna see one match at WrestleMania, it was this match. It was very good. I really, really enjoyed the main event. That main event was so, so good. And both these men will probably make it on my top 5 risers of this week, because I didn't know either one of them could pull that out of them. Uh, so that was just a great match. It was a fantastic match. Night two was so much better than night one. It's not even relatively close, really. Night one, and it's not even the talent's fault. The match length just wasn't as long as it needed to be. Like three, like almost every match needed more time on night one, and I felt like almost every match had the proper amount of time in night two. I mean, they definitely could have added more time to some of these, but I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed the pacing of the show. I thought every match did something for me. I really, really enjoyed this show. I did. I really, really enjoyed this show. And yeah, I mean, they made up for night one. Overall, this WrestleMania was pretty good. But if you're looking back, you're going to remember Seth Rollins Gunther, Cody Orton. And if you're, I think that's going to do the match a lot of favors whenever you look back. Like, you're in like 1 year. I don't even want to remember the lore. I want to just go back, rewatch Cody Orton, and just skip after Jelly Roll puts Pat McAfee through the table and just watch the match. That's what I want to do. Just without the build, not even think of the build or anything. Just watch that match. because I felt Randy Orton was fantastic in that match. I thought Randy literally was fantastic in that match. So I want to go back and do that next year. And then I really enjoyed the 6-man ladder match in Punk Roman. And I really surprisingly enjoyed Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley. Jade Cargill showed out, showed up, showed out. It was very good what she did. It shocked me. I'm not gonna lie. She should probably be in my top 5 risers, and I think she will, because that's what top 5 risers is about. Is, hey, this person did better than I expected them to do, and she absolutely did. She absolutely kicked it out the park, hit it out the park. This was a great showing for Jade Cargill, and I think night 2 was so good. It actually felt like a WrestleMania. Things did definitely need more time, but it was leagues ahead of night 1 when it comes to night's time given. Um, yeah, it was a good show. It was a very, very good show. Again, if you have time, I would check out the ladder match. I would surprisingly check out Jade Cargill, Rhea Ripley, just because you're like, just to go check it out, just to go see. And then Punk Roman was very, very good. And I'd check Oba Lesnar out too. Again, uh, though this set up a bunch of stories that I'm actually quite interested to see what happens. What does Penta do next? What does Oba do next? What does Sammy and Trick do next? What does Rhea and Jade do next? What does Finn Balor do next? What does CM Punk and Roman Reigns do next? And Roman Reigns said in the post show, that he is going to be full time this summer. So I'm very interested to see how that winds up. He is holding the Workhorse Championship, so it only makes sense that he's going to show up. I'm very excited to see how that tunes up.